Hey guys, Shadney back with another process video for my December scrap party series where I'm bringing you a video every day for the whole month of December. So today's the 29th. Sorry, I just fumbled that word. Today's the 29th, so only 2 more videos left after this one. So anyway, sorry. So on this, what I've done is this is a cut file. I believe it's from the paper, the cut shop or the paper something. Anyways, I will link it below in the description box. I will try to remember this time. I meant to on the other video and never did. But this one I will link below. So what I've done is I just cut it out of white textured cardstock. Sorry, my dog's at the door. I'm right by the back door, so you can hear the clinking of the blinds. So I've just taken the pattern paper that I want. I started with the berries because they're smaller. I did trace the leaves first, and then I realized I should go ahead and fill the berries in, and then I can do the leaves as a solid piece. So I traced the berries, and then I cut just ever so slightly smaller than what my trace line was, and then I'm going to use this Nuvo adhesive to adhere it to the back side of the cut file. And this adhesive is really nice because, I mean, it dries pretty quickly, it dries completely clear, but it's also got a super fine tip, so you don't have to transfer it to one of those fine liner bottles like a lot of people use. It just naturally already has a super fine tip and comes out very small like that. And I've never had a problem with it clogging at all, unless the top dries completely. You can just peel it off. I've never had it clogged. I've never had to stick a pin down it or anything like that, so that's pretty exciting. So I went ahead and then I'm cutting out the leaves that I did trace before, and I'm erasing those pencil lines from where the berries were, and then I'm just going to adhere that to the background. I mean, to the back of the cut file. Sorry. And then after I do this, you'll see I'll turn it over so you can see it. And then I'll just repeat for the other 2 little holly berries and leaves little pieces. So there's that. And there's that. So fast forward, we see all of this. Then I decided I wanted to do those little strips where the ribbon like of the packages is on those 2 packages in gold glitter. So I pull out the gold glitter paper, and then they're both the same width, so I just cut the paper a little bit narrower than the little space is, or a little wider than the space, I guess. And then I'm cutting them down to size, and then I'll adhere them with the Nuvo adhesive again like I did before. And the reason I really wanted this gold is because I have these cute little gold bow stickers from Target, and I think you've seen me use them before, probably on a couple layouts actually. And I want to use those as the little toppers for the presents, or for a couple of the presents. So there it is. You see the gold peeking through, and then here is the gold bows. So I'm going to do it on the bottom package, and then the 2 that have the gold glitter ribbon stripe. But I'm going to wait and not stick them down until I back the rest of the cut file. So I went ahead and pulled out a bunch of papers that I like. I wanted to stay in the pink, red, coral kind of color family. And then also the green on those leaves will stand out a little bit more too. So basically what I'm doing is, because a lot of my papers I'm using are like offcuts, scraps. Sorry, my brain stopped for a second. Are scrap pieces. I'm trying to make sure that I pick the gift sizes based on how much paper I have, or what sizes I can, like this one I'm doing half the present and then the other half, but I have paper enough to fit each of those to the bottom half and the top half. So I'm just trying to make sure that I pick my pieces like that. If you are using full sheets or larger scraps, it's not as big of a deal. This is just because I've chosen to use a lot of my scraps because I'm just trying to get rid of them, but also I don't want to waste whole brand new big sheets of paper. So I'm pretty much just going through and doing the same kind of backing the cut file like I was on the other pieces. I just layer the cut file over the back of the pattern paper, trace around, and then cut it just ever so slightly smaller than my trace lines, and then glue it in place. So I'll go ahead and show you that, and then I'll fast forward and let you see. Oh, and I'll show you how I added the bow. I did add an extra little bit of adhesive in the middle there just to make sure that that bow didn't come off at all because of the different layers and the different texture. So this is it all backed, and I tried to make sure my colors of the packages were varied a little bit so that, you know, all the red weren't together, all the pink weren't together, and they were kind of spread out. It just gave it more variation and just more distinction between each package, I guess. So I want to overhang the presents, the whole cut file, to the side so that this photo will fit. I printed it as a 5x7. It probably should have been a 4x6, but it's a 5x7, and then I cut it down, just cropped it so that the it would fit better, and I just cut off like random things that didn't really need to be in the photo. So what with the cut file, I leaned it all the way against the edge, and then I cut with my paper trimmer, cut it where I wanted it to end. And then on this paper, this pink paper is from a Felicity Jane kit. I don't know which one because they were some that I got on clearance during the Black Friday sale. So if you want to see, I do have a video showing that haul if you want to go back and see exactly. But several of them had very similar colors, so I'm sure any package you get, you'll get something similar. And so the Felicity Jane paper, it comes with this cute little scallop border across the bottom, which is like their branding strip kind of section. And so what I've done is, because I wanted to keep that, I cut off the top so that cut the paper down to 12 inches tall, but I cut off the top so that I could keep that scallop across the bottom. Sorry, it's a really long explanation, but so then the photo I have backed with a very, very thin strip of white, or border of white around, and then I bordered it with a very thin strip of this coral polka dot as well. And then now I'm putting it on this, it's like a real pale pink vellum, and it's got like glittery stars all over it. And I don't feel bad using it because I have barely used it on any other pages so far, so it's fine, whatever. So I've got another border of that around the edge as well. And then you can see on the back, because that vellum is textured, I'm going through with my finger and rubbing it down to to get it really attached on there. And then I'm going to add craft foam, like a craft foam sheet. It's all the scraps from what I have left to the back there to give it just a little bit of dimension. And I didn't adhere it down yet, but I will in just a minute. Now I'm adhering down the cut file with my tape runner. And I use a lot just because there's a lot of different layers and texture on the back of this page, and I don't want it to come loose. So I've just used a lot. And if you notice, you will notice if you watch any of my videos very much, I tend to use a lot of adhesive just to be safe no matter what. So now I have that adhered on really good, and then I'm adding adhesive to the back of my the foam on the photo and adhere that down. So it does take a while to back cut files like that, but after that the page comes together really quickly. So even if you back your cut file at one setting and then do the rest of your page at another, it'll help it go by pretty quickly. And cut files are pretty easy. You could even do it like while watching TV on your couch or anything like that. So I pulled out this one thicker set is all Christmas words and phrases, and you've seen me use it throughout this whole series. but it's a wood grain. And then I wanted some other alphabet thickers to spell out the rest of my title, and I'm doing Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree just because, I don't know, I couldn't think of anything good, and I just like long titles. I thought the long title would work really well with the layout of this, to fill in the gaps where the cut file isn't, and it like hides some of that weird white space. So, and these thickers they're chipboard as well and wood grain as well, and kind of similar color, but then they've got a like champagne gold kind of glitter edging around each letter. So I've added my thickers to spell the words on wax paper. Sorry, my brain stopped for a second. On wax paper, and then cut it into strips, and you saw me kind of fiddling around and moving it, trying to get the alignment correctly. And then I'm going to go in and use my Nuvo adhesive to adhere all the letters down. And I'll show you a good amount of it just because I want you to see what I did with the Christmas word, because I overlapped it a little bit up onto the photo and the. So I just added a good amount of adhesive to the back, and then some of it is not going to be touching the paper, but as long as you have that liquid adhesive and the top's touching and the bottom's touching, it should stick really well. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then you'll see me like kind of hold it and press it down for a minute just to kind of get a good grip. And then add that little center, and then you'll see me start to do the word tree, and then I'll cut so that you don't have to watch the whole Rockin' Round. But I did the same thing. I used the Nuvo adhesive to glue all that down as well. And then I'm going to add three clusters of little enamel dots, and these are like a nice coral color, more like a scarlet kind of color, I guess, but they are from Freckled Fawn. And then after that, I've got some little wood veneer stars that I'll add. And then at that top little cluster of enamel dots, I will move them a little bit to make room for my little wood stars. So, and then that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and leave a comment. I love seeing comments. It's so sweet that everyone has been leaving lots of comments lately. And I try to reply to all of them. So I will try very hard. Please hit subscribe if you want to see more videos. There's only 2 more videos after this one in this series. But then I will go back to doing like 2 videos a week as my normal. But you'll get a more variety. It won't all be Christmas. So, and I will announce my series, multiple different series, sorry, as they come. I have a couple already in the works. So thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful day and happy scrapping. Bye.